It was somewhere in New York.
You were into it. You were like, yay, Army?
Fort Slocum.
So was my family. This is a mentality that I don't understand. That's what I've heard.
I'm an American soldier. Bombed the country sometime during the night. So all the clubs were closed when I was a kid growing up. And when the war ended, all of a sudden all these musicians came out and started playing again.
Wow.
Because the war was over. And this guy didn't have his instrument, so he picked up an oil can and started drumming on the oil can. And that's how the steel drum was invented.
That's wild. That's ingenuity, see?
All of a
That's
sudden
impressive,
he
yeah.
realized he's getting one tone and boom, 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 boom. Oh, wait a minute. Boom, 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 boom.
Voila.
True story.
Cool.
I remember going to the union to join, and the guy said, "What instruments do they play?" And we brought in the steel drum. He said, "But they're oil cans."
But they're the most unique oil sounding cans there is.
Yeah, I'm sure they were only mildly surprised for a moment.
They're oil cans.
Well, he had to go to the union, and because union guys, they see violinists, they see
Yeah.
trombone players, but they don't see guys with oil cans.
Yeah.
So what do you do, Sierra?
I'm trying to tell the union the same thing. I'm like, I'm a legit seamstress. Will you let me in?
What union?
And they're like, what do you do?
Oh, the costumer union? What's it called?
Yeah, or anything. The costume builders union, whatever. Yeah, because it's like,
What did you want to
then
do?
there was a job that came up last week that ended up being canceled by the model anyway, but they questioned me if I was in the union. But I don't know.
You should always
Some
say
jobs-
yes.
What?
If it's with the studios, because all the unions have a thing called Taft-Hartley, which you can work for a union production at least once without joining the union, but you got to join it later. It's called the Taft-Hartley law. It's written in stone at all the unions, SAG, costumers, electricians, etc. And usually that's how people start off and get their first gig is with Taft-Hartley, because they get to say to the government, we are employing women.
That is so smart.
Yeah, well,
Or like employing anybody. We're
Well,
employing
no.
this one person that we want.
Well-
just because they happen that way.
there was a bill, the Small Business Administration under LBJ had a thing called the MESBIC program.
For what, brother?
MESBIC, MESBIC. And so what the program was about was getting jobs for the minorities, black people, Indians, Hispanics, etc., and women of all stripes and colors. So under that program, like if you were a seamstress that wanted to open your own business, let's say, you could go to them, ask the Small Business Administration for $25,000. And chances are, if you were on the up and up, you would get the 25,000,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so, if you paid back the 25,000, you could pyramid the loan to 100,000.
That makes sense.
Well, I mean, but the point was, it cut out conventional rejection by banks. Because you as a woman would go there and say, listen, I'm a seamstress.
You can trust me. Check me out.
Yeah, I mean, you could,
I'm making money. I'll pay you back. Whatevs. No big deal.
I mean, basically, yeah, that was it. There was a guy named Charles Wright. There was a black guy from Watts.
Charles what?
Charles Wright.
Charles Wright.
And Charles, when he came back from Vietnam, he got a loan from the Small Business Administration to start a garage with his brother. So let's say it's like $30,000 back in 1966 was still a lot of money. So he got the loan, he paid it back within a year or something like that, and then he borrowed 4 times the amount. And he took most of the money and did his album called the Charles Wright and 100th Street Rhythm Band, and they had a huge hit on Warner Brothers. Made tons of money. And so,
When investing in his passion is
well, yeah.
Pays
I mean, in his case, it was an early R&B record. It was great. Late 60s, early 70s. Charles right now, he's 103rd Street Rhythm Band. But what I was going to say is that other people who were, let's say, seamsters or electricians or run the gamut, where there's because the Hollywood unions, unless you know somebody, they're hard to get into. And
even when I know somebody, they're hard to get into.
well, it shouldn't be if you know somebody, because whoever that person is, they should be able to direct you to a production that maybe can use your talents. And because that's what kind of the way it works. You make your own breaks, but then if you just have one friendship with somebody that's really good to you, where you say, hey, Sierra needs a gig, come on, hire us.
That's how all my gigs happen? Yeah.
That's how it works. And so you want to make clothes for people. You want to do costuming for movies. Is that it?
Well, I want to do whatever job is next. Like, whatever comes up. They've all been interesting.
Yeah.
Being specifically in a wardrobe department.
Do you have a background in
Maybe
that?
not.
Did you go to school for that?
Yep. I mean, I do sew every day.
Where did you go?
Or lately I have been.
Oh.
I mean, I have been for 10 years, but lately I've been doing it every day.
Oh.
And then, so today I tailored a beaded dress for somebody, and then I went to a house and I did fittings, and now I just got done with that. And I'll go tailor these, like, a dress,
Just
and
ladies'
a
clothes or
suit.
men's clothes too?
No, men's too. Yeah, that's one thing about the union that's goofy, is like the first question they ask is men's or women's, and I'm like, same thing. Like, you haven't seen this instrument that does everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And and I'm like, I just sew for like whatever, so I can build anything basically out of fabric, and then I can tailor. It's just a sculptural process that I can apply to anything or whatever, is what I say. And that's what happens, is all my jobs are just under that umbrella. So yeah, I'm down to do movies. I have been in wardrobe departments before. A lot of it is like time in my vehicle, where I spend figuring out like the hours of department stores. But I do like
That's a funny one.
I do like it when I get to bring my sewing machine to wherever and then just sew on the spot.
You have to bring your own machine?
That's what I've been doing. That's my favorite. But sometimes I only sew on my machine, which is portable. But I do have a studio in case. I did use like this kind of like, I don't know, that has other equipment that I can access. But yeah, mobile studio is one of the things that I've been trying to
Have you ever
like,
done anything
hone in.
for a motion picture?
Yeah, like costumes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The entire wardrobe?
Lately, what I've been wanting is video games, though. Like costumes for video games.
Well, that's a new one on me.
One of them was for a statue that advertised the video game, and one of them was for like the promotional photos for another video game.
I get it. I just got it, yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, entertainment industry is entertainment industry, but video games have been interesting to me lately.
That's a whole different
So is
animal.
tailoring.
That's a whole different animal, though. Right?
Well, I guess that's why I say, like, all I do is just, like, make stuff with soft materials.
Yeah.
Because everything's a different animal, if I want to look at it that way.
What about you, young person?
She's a listener.
Yeah, I'm a listener. I like to listen.
Yeah, my intention tonight was to listen to her,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I started talking.
What do you write?
Well, I just moved from Ohio to apartments like from my cousin, and that's how we met.
Where in Ohio?
Cleveland.
Shaker Heights?
Well, I kind of live a little all over the area.
Yeah.
Like I'm from like a half an hour east of it, and then I went to Cleveland for school, and then I just stayed in the Cleveland area. So.
Okay. I know Cleveland. I used to go through Cleveland a lot.
Yeah, it's
I used to do TV up in Detroit,
Oh, really?
and we used to have to do promotional stuff down in Cleveland.
I was in Cleveland once. I had to go there. I forget exactly where it was to do a show, like a nightclub or something. And there were three of us playing the steel band. This was like 1945.
1945? Wow. He's 89.
This is a really good memory.
You had to go to Cleveland, Ohio. And I remember going in there and people saying, "What are you doing with these ash cans?" And you playing music. What?
They got a whole bunch of people paying to see you play
Oh,
your
yeah.
steel drums.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People were always shocked. How do you play on that? What is that?
I license music for movies. So it's music publishing basically. But I used to do all the other stuff.
Cleveland.
Produce records, all.
Having to go anywhere outside of New York was a thrill.
It's an adventure.
Oh yeah.
Because in New York,
Back in those days.
that little island, you could just. I know guys that would say, you can just sell 1 million records here in Manhattan. And I know, I couldn't see that.
Here in Manhattan.
Do you know Austin?
Hi, Austin.
How are you?
Post.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Sierra.
Sierra?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Sierra. Hi. Cassie, hi.
And you're Lauren.
I'll take my
She's a
hand.
great costumer, by the way.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Do you have a card?
Do you have a card?
No, I have information, no?
They put it in my phone.
Yeah.
A spiritual woman, a woman of the cross, as they say.
As they say in the Aroma Cafe. Knock it off.
She's a woman of the cross. She's a good Irish gal. I'm trying to get my brogue back so I can say, oh, he sounds like a good old Irishman tonight. All that stuff. That's the great thing about accents.
I'm trying to put you in my film category. And,
Yeah, I was thinking like I need to put.
wow, that's great. But I wanted the other one to wear tomorrow, and she said, really? Well, then make it yourself. You know? And that was the beginning of my film sewing career. I sew really well, though.
Amazing.
But it takes me forever, and I don't really, it's not like I enjoy it, but I don't mind it either. It's just if I can't get what I want any other way from my own stuff, then I'll sew it.
Now you can call
That's-
her.
That's how I started. I was
And
like,
so I think, I think it's marvelous when someone can make patterns. I'm not great at making patterns, especially under the arms, a little wanky. But, a couple tries I can do it.
yeah.
And for myself I can do it, or cutting another, I'm not a great pattern maker. I'd like to learn.
Life is about learning.
You know what I saw the other day? I saw, like I always wanted a dress form, but I live in a very compact place, and there's no real place for a dress form. It's low on my list of priorities, but I wanted one because it's easier to make clothes for yourself and design things. So the other day when I was in the store, I saw a dress form that looked like it was 100 years old. It was like a long vest to the hips, and it snapped closed, and it was made of chain link fence that moved, like very delicate, kind of 1-inch long chain link fence. You put it on your body and snap it, and then you push it inward to the contours of your body, and then you carefully unsnap it, open it, and you have a dress form completely for you, and it can be modified for anyone. And I thought that is such a good design.
Where did you see that?
I'm trying to remember. It was like around here. I was just browsing in junk stores, right? And I saw it. Oh, I know where it was. It was on just south of Magnolia, where you know where Simply Coffee is?
No.
On Magnolia and Lima,
Okay.
which is sort of between Burbank and North Hollywood.
Okay.
Like on that strip after Portos, after
Yeah.
Pass. There's on the south side. There's a street called Lima, and if you just turn that corner, south of Magnolia, there's a coffee shop called Simply Coffee. And then right next to it, there's an antique store.
Perfect.
And it's the most amazing dress form.
Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely. That's a really brilliant idea.
That sounds like a very unique.
The portal had the best news possible.
Okay, I don't have my computer with me. I don't have my phone with
So,
me.
you know what that means?
I hope I know what it means.
I like it. I'm in a room.
Okay,
That's all.
and the check clears. You win. She's great, by the way. She's a great person.
With a check, please. No, but isn't it nice?
No, it's great. I'm happy for you.
You're gonna blow your mind because it was effortless for you. It was just
Bring me one?
It's gonna blow your mind. Because you know what? It doesn't happen. It's never gonna happen again in people's lifetimes. And for you, this is the first of that.
Where are you? Oh.
I'm
No, you don't believe it.
You know me. I'm usually the guy that sets up the deals
What?
for other people. Now, you set up the deal.
Orange ginger mint.
No, I'm not.
Like every kind. That's their
only
own.
ginger.
All in one. What'd you get?
Coconut ginger.
Cool. Ooh, that sounds really cool.
What's your name?
Yeah.
So where are you from?
Yeah?
Trinidad, right?
Trinidad.
How long were you there?
How long?
Did you grow up there, or did you just?
I
born
lived there till I was about 18,
Oh yeah.
then moved to the United States.
You have a great
Oh,
face.
that's super cool.
Are you an actor? Yeah, I bet you look really good.
Didn't get any acting jobs in Trinidad.
What?
What steel drums? You know the steel drums?
You did?
Well, not bad. Just
No, but
leave me alone.
To a bigger audience.
I have a friend that. I think he was actually born on Trinidad.
That's
Or
right.
Martinique. His name is Fuzz
Martinique,
Samuels.
that's French.
Yeah.
It's a
His
different
name is
island.
Fuzzy Samuels, and he was. They named the Fuzz Box after him. He played with
Oh, the fuzz box.
Dire Straits for a long time, someone like that.
You remember a show called, remember a Broadway show called House of Flowers?
Oh, what?
House of Flowers.
No, I don't.
Pearl Bailey.
Well, we introduced the music of the steel drum in that show. On
I
Broadway.
like steel drums. I just tried to buy some conga drums. I don't know, I just always wanted to play congas, and I was shooting a little jazz rehearsal for a friend of mine who needed a video to show someone, and he had a conga player that was really good. And after the show, I was like just talking to him, and he said that he was selling his conga drums. He hasn't gotten in touch with me yet. So I'm thinking after I get them, and then I started looking at videos on how to play them, because I don't really know. I just like know Ravi Shankar, you know.
They're a lot of fun.
I know bongo drums. I like music.
See, I was very dishonest. I used the music
Yeah.
to come to the United States to be an actor, not to be a musician.
Really?
And
And I didn't care at all about film. I just needed a job when I was like 23. You know, and but of course then I'm so grateful now for that accident. Because if I didn't have film to rely on for my whole life in terms of something I could do for a living that made me happy, I don't know what I would have done.
You would have been a manic depressive who wrote really boring books.
Totally unacceptable inside an office building. And yet I do a lot of business things that are like elaborate business plans and things, but only because I know I don't have to.
She's playing her thing down. She's really great.
No, I mean, it's interesting to me that I don't know if I could have done anything else. I mean, I'm capable of doing other things, but it wouldn't have made me happy.
what is
I
your
really
passion?
I need projects that have an end. Right? That don't. I can't be somewhere doing the same thing day after day without end. I'm not built for it.
Yeah, no, what you mean.
I'm just not built for it. Even when I didn't know that about myself, I just was incapable of doing otherwise. So it's very, I guess I could say that people saw that in me and grabbed it when it was still cheap. when they could still benefit from having someone who was a beginner and was actually in earnest. You know? Now I realize that it's okay because it was a good trade. I think.
Well, you had some great mentors.
I did. I do. I have.
You still have great mentors.
Always.
All my jobs I'm learning. It's not like it ever stops.
Yeah, I get it. So she just came in from Ohio. What are we going to do about her because she's shy?
But what do you know? Maybe she's bored.
How long have you been here now?
I think it's only been like
2 weeks.
Welcome.
Weeks.
Where in Ohio?
Cleveland.
How's that? I know a lot of people from. Oh no, they're from Cincinnati. All my Buddhist friends are from Cincinnati. They rock. They're like total scholars. And there's this whole contingent from Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah.
Cleveland's got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
So why are you here?
I'm on apartment living for my cousin.
Oh. For how long?
It's like 2 months.
Oh, that's interesting. Do you have plans for when you're here? What to do?
Find a job right now, and then I don't really know right now.
Well, it's like, you know, having a place is a 9/10 of the law when it comes to finding work. What do you do? What do you want to do? You're just looking for like income?
I'm kind of just looking right now for anything, but I have like an art degree, so like anything like production.
Good.
Like,
You have an art degree?
yeah. So I'm really good with my hands. Like, give me production work, and I'll be happy.
Give me your number.
Really?
Well, yes. The thing is, quite honestly, it's easily 2 months away. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It just
Pilot
means it's not going to
season
help you
starts.
tomorrow. No, it's because I'm waiting for money and I don't have
Well, yeah, but you're waiting for it, like, in
That's
general.
the real reason.
This is the beginning of the pilot season.
It's not like I've been working on stuff for a really long time. But
Work
it's
is
not
work.
going to come for another 2 months. I just learned that I need where I'm teaching right now. That's what I was telling him.
I remember starting out as a sound editor in 1965.
But there's plenty of work in LA. Really, if you just want to play and have a small job, go and try things or try and get into film, it's so easy to do that. It's not hard.
I mean,
It's really not hard. You say that to somebody who needs someone to help them, and they're like, okay, paint that wall. You know, and honestly, it's just timing. It's just,
And you can crawl.
yeah, they're so happy to have people who want to, learn.
Because I'm happy.
Seriously. Studios, it's a little harder because of union and IA regulations. Harder, not impossible. Here, give me your number too. I'm not like out there taking numbers from everybody. I'm not.
But she knows me, so
But why would I take your number and not take hers when she has a degree in art? I know, so stupid.
15th century art,
I should have grabbed my phone.
15th
I'm more
century.
qualified than I am. Yeah,
So-
put a little X and a space, and then a space, and then put your name and whatever else you like. Because then I can put X and all film comes up.
That's so cool.
You know,
I want to do a little film in Ireland. And what interests me when you tell me you do costumes is, thank you.
You a film there? It's aroma?
Yeah, I do. It was written for the Midwest, but I don't. There's a problem with it, and I want to go to Ireland just to
do it.
just because I want to go there and see how it is.
Well, Ireland's very lush and green and beautiful. And you get a lot of people seeing Tommy makeup songs.
It's about a 16-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl who can heal people, but she doesn't. It doesn't always work, and she doesn't really know how she does it. And so it's really all the cast is young except for the two, like they're your age.
Wow.
So it's
She
kind
does it
of,
without touching?
she knows things about people by touching them, but she also, I don't know, I'm leaving that to the actor. I don't know how she does it. I'd write it in the script if I did. And I'm saying that seriously. But anyway, it's a story about it's a psychological thriller, teenage love story about a girl who tries to discover whether someone she really admires is a pedophile or a hero. And in the process, she uses her healing powers to try and find out, but it ends up almost hurting her very badly. So it's a psychological
Wow.
thriller about a healer.
Wow. What a blast.
I think it's
That hits home. It's a really cool
It's
idea.
called The Listening Wind.
Perfect.
The listening wind.
Easy to remember.
I love that title.
He should be.
It comes from. It comes from.
Who's a shaman?
I
say
but
you
there's
should-
one. There's
you
one in
should-
the film.
You should play the shaman before.
It comes from a. It comes from first Hindu but later Buddhist concepts of how the winds go through the body and ride on the breath, and how the breath creates all the rest of the reality. So if you're someone who can listen to the chi itself, you could probably use breath to alter reality.
I like that.
That's kind of where it comes from.
I like that.
But it's not dealt with in the film.
Very deep.
Well, it's Buddha, Hindu, blah, blah, blah. But it's all the same. It all works for the same goal. Different paths, same goal.
It still has to go to the union.
Yeah. Still gotta go through it.
All I know is it was very interesting to me.
Well, I'm glad you had a great
And
day.
it doesn't mean you can actually use it in any way if you're,
Well, you got to meet these two beautiful young people. And
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you. I'm happy that
all
you're
right,
here.
don't
Yes,
spill it.
I love
I
hearing
think
your
it's
stories.
I think it's really cool that you're here visiting, and it'll give you a chance to look around.
Yeah, it's been interesting so far.
Just because you can go home and you don't care what anybody thinks, be courageous. Just try things. Just like, what do you care if someone says, no, I'm never going to hire you. You're weird. What do you care? You're never going to see them again.
I'm trying
Might as
to
well
like
just-
have that mindset.
Yeah, just morph up to it and just go in. Play.
Play.
I mean, I know so many people who've gone up to grip trucks and this thing and said, hey, I'm an art department, I have a degree in art, I'm looking for a job. Do you guys need help? Can you introduce me to your production side?
That's the way it is.
I got a job once. I was a production designer for a lot of years, like almost 20 years. And I hadn't worked in a while. I really wasn't wanting to work. But I was walking down the street one day on San Juan Boulevard, and this guy pulls over, and he was like so high. And he said, I don't know even what he said. He was crazy. And then eventually, within 5 minutes, I was in his car, going to the desert, working on the largest Coca-Cola commercial ever made, and in charge of the entire art department. Why? Because he was desperate and crazy.
That's usually where people are.
And I don't even do commercials. I mean, I'm just sorry to say that, really. It's not a great recommendation for the industry, but be courageous.
Yeah, no, it's
Just go ask people.
You got lucky, girl.
They know what it's like to start. Every one of them did it.
thanks. That's
Just be playful. You have time to waste.
Have a sense of humor about it.
You can take chances. You can go home.
true.
You can go home anytime, and they'll be none the wiser back in Ohio. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Don't you think?
Yeah, well, you I mean,
Look at Tom here. They've been letting him loose for years.
I don't know what a fine retort I can come back with on that, but I'm going to talk to Shakespeare about it.
Go check the portal.
I'm going to check the portal. Wow. See, they don't know about the portal yet. They probably think the portal is
Fifth dimension.
beaming up Scotty. And that's okay too, because it kind of is beaming up Scotty, but in a different way.
I got some when I was in Texas back and forth for a while, which is a very different culture than this one, and I was working with heavily for a number of years, back and forth, on and off, with a number of Pentecostal Christians who were, amazing people in their own right. And
Get that snake out of here.
I forgot what I was saying this. Oh,
Pentecostals,
no, what was it?
Texas,
Texas.
right-wing religious people. What?
I can't remember what. There was a reason I was saying this. I can't remember.
You're having a senior moment. It's okay. She was.
I have
working with-
moments like
She was
that.
working with the Pentecostals down in Texas.
There was a reason I was saying.
It was different. Well, we were talking about religion and comparative analogies between Buddha, the Hindu, and the Pentecostals. I summed that up.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that snake out of here.
Something much more simple, like I don't know, something about going home, back and
Oh,
forth.
going home, yes.
It was very.
You
Oh
can
yeah, I
always
know what
go
I was
home
going to
then.
say. I I would be in this place which was very conservative place, and I say that with respect because I know people there and I have learned that they are absolutely worthy of respect. They're very different than the people here, but they're also amazing. And so I would be in like a Starbucks down there, and I'd hear these people like 20, 15, 18 talking about film and about how just how much they wanted to make movies, right? So I collected names of a few people there that will never ever get to LA, let alone into the industry without help. And they were as dedicated to the love of film as any people I've ever met. And they're in like the Bible Belt of the world. And one worked at a bank, and two worked at a Starbucks, and one was at a car rental place. He knew every movie Quentin Tarantino ever made, and everybody talked about it. I mean, not that I like Quentin Tarantino, but anyway. So I took all their names, and I'm convinced that I'm going to make a portrait of like, bringing people who don't know much about film but are talented to go over there as interns and apprentices for money and connect them with people in Ireland who really know what they're doing there. Because the best thing you can do with people is connect them to people who they can learn from.
Yes, I got your
So I have like collected about 8 names. With you two it makes 10. And I don't mean to say that you're not experienced, because that's not something I know. I doubt if it's true.
Always learning.
But so that's my plan. I think that'll be so much fun. And to do it on a film where I'm not beaten down by producers because it's their money makes me very happy.
Wow.
Makes me very happy.
Yes.
That makes so much sense to me. Because whenever I'm a teacher, I'm learning just as much as who I think I'm teaching.
I think people, you probably know this, people used to work out of books to do production, these big thick books, and we had all their contacts in it. One day, really early into it, like I'd worked in film like maybe 10 years, and I was on my 6th half-hour beginning art direction of half-hour TV shows, and I lost my book. And I had nothing. Right? So then I just, I forgot about it. I didn't pay any attention, and I left all my files under my house, and I just kept going on. Eventually they got, cell phones and computers and all that stuff. And I realized that nothing I got, when I dug under my house and I got my files again after many years, nothing here in this town is even around after 3 years. So if you had a book, you'd still, my point is that every film is brand new to everybody. Nobody knows how to do it. Just waiting. Any film. They have to learn all over again every time. So I see no reason works very well when people do it the first time. Look at all the great
That's
directors.
crazy. Okay, then we don't need then we don't do it.
It's not brainstorming for art.
It's not
And let them just
rocket
not.
science.
Well, they could be committed, but they don't need to be a part of
What's
that
the deal with the
group.
ring?
Okay, 'cause
You know
like,
what? I got this ring in the mail from a friend. And I said, you sent me a cheap ring in the mail.
Tom, you know you bought
the
this.
way that we want it
And look at it.
because what it is
It's
is
a
that
cheap,
this is
silly
the
ring.
whole idea
And I got it. And I said, well, I might as well wear it because I'm going to be a jewelry person. I used to love emeralds.
Yeah, it does look good.
I used to love emeralds.
I do too. But I
A lot
like
of
the
men don't wear
frosty
emeralds.
ones that don't have, they're not like rhinestones, they're like frosted.
No, I
Raw.
had this beautiful emerald ring. And
but
just a
you
trip.
should talk to
I put it on and I remember my Christmas gift. If you're going to be in this town, somebody's going to come up and say, do you want to work in this? Are you interested in this? Maybe I can help you. That's kind of the way it works.
Also, like, I need something. Can you do this? Yeah.
Well, that too, yeah. I think it's a mutual give and take. It's,
Well, the good news is you can no longer legitimately have interns work for you and beat them to death for free. You have to pay people,
yeah.
which is a really big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal.
They always try to
Because
get...
I can't tell you how many films I've worked on for no money. Films that cost me money, plus 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. To be browbeaten by idiots.
What did you work on?
I started as a coordinator, which was the only thing really could be then. or be a script supervisor on other artists. Or it's the only thing they believed that they could do. And then I went into art department. Well, then I ran a studio for 3 years.
We are going to direct.
No, I'm not a director.
I have to interject something here. At the Santa Barbara Film Festival last week, Gina Davis, the actress, she produced a documentary called This Is Everything. It's about the history of women in film. I can't say enough about how great it was and is. And I must recommend it to all of you because it traces back the early history of movies. And who were writing the movies, the silent movies? Women. Who were directing the movies? Women. Because, yeah, you gotta see the movie. You gotta see the movie, and it's just full of facts. Well, the point is, it covers the entire history of how the film industry started for women.
See, I think it's
a very strong feminist
no, but in some ways it's very.
It's not hostile.
You don't see guys making movies about the history of men in film.
Because they control it.
Right? So to make a movie about the history of women in film basically is a loudspeaker saying, we don't believe we're equal and we would like to be. So let's encourage each other to believe it. Right?
Well,
I'm interested in the history of
you
women.
gotta see it. You gotta see it before
But in
you
a
judge
way,
it.
it's no, I'm not judging it. I mean, I'm interested in what women have done in film because I think it's an interesting topic. But as a claims or as a
It's an empowering film.
maybe that would be
Knowledge,
great. Yeah.
awareness, and the actual facts.
I mean, I'm not so interested in hearing about how women were held back by the film industry. 'Cause
Well-
I don't believe it's true.
Well,
Women did not step up to the plate in cinematography because of their own fear of cinematography and directors and competition. And when they did, they got jobs as DPs.
well,
And I am one of them.
well,
Those yellow tailed,
it speaks.
cowards who didn't become a cinematographer when I should have.
It speaks to all those issues. It's just not movie
That's no
stars.
man's fault.
It's not just movie stars. And it really speaks to the women. It speaks to the women that are in production, how much they're paid, how much they should be paid, and so on and so forth. It's just a
The
great
story
film.
that I love is the one that's like, I asked somebody a great question and they gave me a great answer. And like if that keeps going on, it has nothing to do with gender.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do
That's
with
right.
yeah.
When in the reality of it, men have taught me more than I could ever
Right.
thank them for.
Right.
Men have been my mentors.
Right.
Men have pushed me forward.
Absolutely.
Men who did not have sex with me, who did not expect anything more of me than my contribution intellectually, creatively, and maybe a little financial benefit. That's true. Because they're always looking to save money everywhere they can on movies, and they know that women will say yes or less. That's not their fault. It's ours. They'll, they would ask a dog to do it for free if they could get a dog to speak.
It's so true.
It's not about being a woman, it's about being easy prey. Because of who you think of yourself.
Right.
You think of yourself, right? So I have nothing negative to say about men in film. Because they've been so generous with me. Really the only person ever in my life who worked in film who did not share their knowledge was a woman. And when she was a script supervisor, I said, hey, I really need to learn how to understand camera angle. I mean, not camera angles, but screen direction. Because I'm a little bit functionally half wanky with left and right. And I didn't really understand screen direction so well. Like the line and crossing it and stuff. And she said, I'm not going to show you that. That's my craft. That's my craft. And if I show you, then I won't be working. Right? Like, nobody in my life except one human being ever said that to me. And I don't mind, it could have been a man. It doesn't matter that it was a woman. It was just somebody who didn't want to share. Right? But I just think,
Well, when
I don't
you're-
think men don't mind that there are women directors. I don't think they mind that there are women cinematographers. They might mind that there are women ADs. But I've worked with a couple of women ADs. And it wasn't a pleasure. It wasn't. They were women. And there's a distinct difference between how men take orders from men and how men take orders from women in this country. It's just how it is.
Interesting.
It's how it is.
How
It's a
I take
gender.
orders from, it's just because I see some, like
But you
it's
gotta see this
training.
movie.
It's
Yeah, I'm
like
telling you
the way
that.
my brain was built. rough.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna. You're from South Dakota. You're not gonna
I
take
mean, I
anything
know a
from
woman. I
Crazy
know one
Cowboys
woman
or
who's a
anybody
great
else.
AD.
Right?
Right? She's a great AD for exactly the same reason men are great ADs. And the ones who aren't great ADs are bad ADs for the exact same reason the man is a bad AD.
Any story with woman or man in it, I can flip-flop them and it's still true. I can take it out and it's still true. It's just like any equation, if I want to figure out what's actually going on in the world or like what my reality is, I can take gender out entirely.
We are really responsible for the negotiations that we undertake with life. If we have a little bit of a, if we have a lot of a deficit, well, that's something we just have to deal with.
The first thing they
It's
teach you
ours.
at law school is everything is a negotiation.
And I know I'm being simplistic because it's not true. It's not true racially. It's not true with disabilities. It's not true with obesity. It's not true with many things, that people have strong biases with. But what are you going to do with that information? You have to navigate your life, right?
I just think if you see this particular movie, you might enjoy it because
I want to see it. I like Gina Davis.
It's really
I
intelligent.
want to see what women have done. I'm like anxious to see what they've done that I don't know about.
You just have to see it because it's the way the tapestry of the film unfolds. It's all those wonderful facts, but it's also those wonderful disturbing facts. And the economic disparity between the pay of, let's say, a DP who's male and a DP who's female.
Definitely true.
And so it gets into that.
But why?
But it's not
Ask
hate.
yourself why.
What?
Because women as DPs are relatively new and they have a lot less credits. So anybody who needs a credit more than they need the money is going to do a film for less.
Right.
If you need the money, if you have a lot of credits, you don't need more credits.
Right.
You're a superstar on their film and they should pay you more. It's about that. It's not about gender.
It gets into that.
Wow.
It gets into. There's this great scene in the film where this Fox executive says, "Well, I did more for women than da 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 da." And I've got 20% of my crew at all, and so this other woman producer goes to him and shows him the facts, and he hasn't done anything for women. He's given a few people jobs, but he hasn't done shit in comparison to the way he hypes himself. Right? So he sort of goes, "Oh, holy shit! I thought I was doing a great thing for women." And he immediately went and overhauled everything he was doing to ensure that the talent matched, but the women that were, they got the fair opportunity, they got a fair shot. So I thought that was interesting. It's all good. It's all good. Like when you came to me and you said you wanted to dress up as Pocahontas, I said, no problem, you can do it.
I'm tired. I have to go home. I only had 3 hours sleep last night.
Holy moly.
She works 24/7. When you get to see her here, it's like a blessing.
Yeah, I feel lucky.
My hair's all left.
Yeah. You're
Anyway.
feeling the energy.
Good night, Lori.
Good night, Lori.
Night.
She's a trip.
Wow.
She's great.
What a great script.
Are you here yet? Are you here?
I'm here. I'm absorbing all of this.
Taking everything in.
She thought she was just coming out for a cup of coffee. I'm sorry.
No, I don't mind. I like it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, why apologize for something?
Well, I don't.
It's something I was okay. So I can say sorry for that because there's been so many times where I just go up to somebody and I'm like, hi, and it's somebody I've met, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth is sorry. I'm like, wait. For XYZ, for ABC, it doesn't matter for what I'm wearing, for what time it is, for the weather, for anything. I'm like, could we just say hi?
Right. Yes. Well, I was just imagining me being you. Right.
I mean, I like this.
No, but I mean, all I mean is, I once was you, right? I once came to this town with next to nothing, and at first it was overwhelming because I would hear this about this opportunity, that opportunity, and being a young guy, I'm going, where do and I didn't even have a car. And you got to have a car in this town.
I brought a scooter.
Yeah. So,
I started out on a little scooter in these big roads.
well, there you go.
It was so silly. I'm gonna get more water.
I used to walk to a place. I used to walk to the long way.
The hair is there. You don't have any hair at all.
He wants to play with your hair vicariously. Play with his hair vicariously through you.
But this thing is, if you're luckier than I am, talking to yourself, you still have your hair, which I do. Why do you keep it like? Why don't you dye it black? That's what he's intimating. My hair is white. That's what it is. I'm lucky to have hair. He's totally bald. And I think that bothers him. I have so much hair, but it's all white.
I think okay, my whole life I've had a conversation about hair. So even if I don't, no matter what it is, like it's just habit. That a part of my day I'm going to be talking about my hair or somebody else's hair or just hair. Like hair conversation, common.
Yeah.
Consistent.
The hair conversation is boring to me.
I
Look at your hair.
I've got a cool hair conversation.
I think you have a very cool hair.
I haven't cut it since I cut it all off. My mom, my sisters, and I, we all made our hair super tiny, and
What does that mean, super tiny?
just like, well,
You give yourself a buzz
shaved
cut?
it, but that's what I asked for. But my friend was so amazing; she cut every strand, and it was like beautiful, like this perfect, like amazing haircut where she like paid attention to the way every hair laid. So it just laid beautifully, rather than buzz cut, where it's just like when it grows out, it's kind of like, like. So I totally lucked out. Whereas my sister, she was wearing hats every day. Like, this is insane.
Freaked out?
This is gross. Yeah. What did we do? And my mom was like, I love it. And my little sister was like, it's so good. No, my little sister, her hair was falling out after she had a baby. It happened. Something happened. And then she doesn't really, they're like, it's normal. And she's like, okay.
Postpartum hair falling out.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, so she was like, well, it's not just that, and it was fine, I thought, but she was like, it's also just like the whole strand somehow just got like straw-y. She was like, I'm not into my hair, like immediately, I'm done with it. So it's just like gone.
Did it grow back?
Yeah, her
Like
hair,
yours?
like this is how long it's been. Yeah, I haven't done anything to it since then. But every 2 weeks, as it's been growing out, I have a new hairstyle. Like my conversation with hair is just like, instead of it just being like easy or like the same every day, it's like this ever evolving like look where I'm like, okay, now I'm this. Now I can have braids again for the first time since I was like whatever.
Do you ever do any custom cuts for men?
What I suggest to all people is just like, it's fun to watch it grow. I don't care where it starts. I don't care where you cut it one day.
Yeah.
Just like the story of its growth is the fun part.
Well, I was interested in your costuming when I asked you, did you ever do custom cuts for men? Designs?
Custom suits?
Yeah.
Well, no, but I want to learn from, there's somebody named Goldfinger in K-Town who is an insane tailor, like custom suit maker. Like so insane that one time I did a fitting at somebody's house and I pinned one side of the suit and then I took pictures and I gave him the pictures in the suit with the pins on it, and he found out that person, like their shoulders were crooked. Like he was able to tailor it from pictures and having one side pinned perfectly for somebody who had a crooked, it was insane. So ever since then I'm like trying to learn from him and being like, is there any and he's like, yeah, if somebody wants to make a suit or if somebody wants a suit, then like I'll do it and you can watch basically.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah.
Do you know who
That's
has
where I'm at.
one of the best men's line in the world? He's a guitar player.
I just don't believe in the words best in the world.
Well, Eric Clapton.
Okay.
He's got a line of clothing in a store in London that's just for men like me, kind of like, oh, look at that. You know, because it's all relative. And it's very, part of it is very British, like almost like riding cut. You know, riding cut clothing for men.
I think every cut is equal.
Well, okay, well, I'm just saying. Anyway, he's invested his money in like providing really great clothing for men that have a sartorial taste, right? They want to be really sharp without looking like a gangster. It's a male thing.
That's every fashion clothing line idea is like, oh look, there's people who want to look like this without looking like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, we'll make something and they'll buy it.
There's a guy that I know, I can't think of his name. But he had this thing of doing to people who say, like, wow, that's a great jacket, man. Great jacket. Do they make those for men? I can't think of his name.
Well, the other one was this one. Nice material. Yeah, those are designer jokes.
Yeah.
Nice material. They put the finger on here and they go, It's their way of like letting you don't have it yet, right? But I got it.
Yeah.
When you got it, you got it.
What's that guy's name?
I got you now.
Do they make those for men? Look at that, everybody.
That's great.
I love your jacket, man. It's great.
You make it.
They make those for men.
You know, this jacket is from the territory ahead. You know who they are? They're like they were this kind of like really kind of like a boutique store that had all this outdoor stuff. And I went in there once when they were having their closing sale, and I went nuts buying a lot of stuff. And then I had to have it all catered.
Sometime in the 1970s, when they stopped making the broad lapels for men's jackets,
Yeah,
but under that narrow and everything.
yeah.
This is all the way out there.
Yeah, those lapels never were my cup of tea. But you know, when you're in rock and roll and music the way I was, there was a
The way we were.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. It's like fashion was a big deal. So you know, if you're making good money, you don't go out on stage dressed like a bum. You know, if you're making good money, you know.
That's the story. But I'm kind of convinced that there's another narrative that might work.
Okay.
Wait, wasn't it a guitar player who wore the same outfit forever and it was like lederhosen? Like those German
The guy
shorts?
from AC/DC.
Yeah. Same outfit forever.
Yeah, he wore a little lederhosen.
Okay,
On
so yeah,
stage.
my story's right.
And he wore it every night for as long as he played. I don't think he's alive anymore. I think he died.
Okay, so how much money did he save, but he still had the exact same amount of notoriety and even more recognition?
Well, yeah, but he knew where his audience was. That's what they wanted to see.
Nah, every single other person on his stage that they would call his equal changed their outfit all the time. Every single other person. So I'm saying it's just like, because I go to so many fittings where it's just like, we have this whole rack of clothes. This is your outfit for tonight. We're going to get it tailored. We have like a whole team and a whole team and a whole team, and a bajillion hands made this piece and we're wearing it one night. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We're keeping our race alive. But really, you could just wear the same thing every day and accomplish even more
It's true.
with your fashion statement. So yeah, dress like a bum every day as long as you do it every day.
The Rolling Stones used to come out all like they just got out of bed, right? And they kept that thing going for a while because it worked, right? The Beatles were the good guys and the Rolling Stones were the bad guys. You wanted your girlfriend to go out with the Beatles, you didn't want them to go out with those dirty Rolling Stones. Now, 40 years later, 50 years later, the Rolling Stones are still rocking the planet. And, you know,
So are the
they're all
Beatles?
like rogues. Well, yeah, Paul's still working, and Ringo's still working. Paul's a very disciplined guy. He's like old-fashioned show business. Probably the kind of people you were around when I was running.
I don't think discipline is old-fashioned.
Oh, no, but in the sense that if you've been around, like I've been around a lot of these people, and some of them I know very well. And it's amazing their dedication to their craft.
Yeah.
And I mean, Paul said it once. He said, you know, people are paying money to see you, especially the prices I charge. Right? You know, you better come out and you better be good, and you better have your shit together more or less. Because he wants to see, you know, there's a lot of fucked up rock stars, excuse my French, but, you know, there's, you know,
So
they take it
condescending.
for granted. And they don't last. But the guys that sort of, you're as a fan or a friend, whatever, you kind of witness their evolution. So, I mean, Paul's like 77 years old now. He's going out like he's Little Richard every night. I mean, tours. He's singing Good Golly Miss Molly. Long time song. Stuff he sang when he was 15 years old. He's doing it in the same key. He does this dance method, this exercise for himself. It's like a combination of Tai Chi and all that, right? So he's
Neato.
yeah, he's moving all those parts, but he's moving them slowly. So he's gathering his energy, and then he goes out and hits the stage.
That makes sense to me.
Do you do Tai Chi? Anything like that?
Yeah, I definitely move every day. But I have been trying to figure out, like...
You're so cryptic.
Same. But I have been trying to figure out how to... Like, even when I'm sitting still, I can keep all the energy in my body moving around. Like, the blood flowing to, like, everywhere. And then that, like, if I'm sitting still and I can even flex my abs, and, like, that's okay, that's something I've just been thinking about lately, and it's kind of similar to Tai Chi, where it's like fostering or just being able to manipulate energy, my ability to make energy, like conduct it and move it around, or like energy's all around me, so like just my ability to like vibe with it, and that's any move.
Yeah.
Like it is interesting that somebody can do that while they're like in a consistent state. And like no matter what's hitting them, like around them, whatever they're digesting, they can still maintain this, and that's really rad. But at the same time, I'm just like, also like I could dance with that,
Yeah.
and that's just as valid. I'm just moving with energy, as long as I'm acknowledging energy moving.
Well, do you do any
Then it's
form
effective.
of exercise?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, lately not much. I'm trying to think what was the last workout I did. It was yoga.
Oh, okay.
Stretching. Today I got a back roller. And I did a lymph massage, like clearing all the lymph out of my spine. My mom gave this to me. I was like really angry one night, and then she gave me this lymph massage where it's like rubbed down both sides of my spine and then in between each vertebrae. And like it clears out the lymph, like which doesn't have its own circulatory system. Like the blood gets pumped by the heart and moves all the time, but lymph, like my muscles have to move it out and into the bloodstream. I don't know, but anyway, like when it moves out, it's like wow, that feels great. So I got this back roller and I tried to like duplicate the same massage I got from my mom, which I felt like movement. What?
What does she do?
Dog grooming.
What?
Dog grooming.
Oh, okay. Up in South Dakota?
Florida.
Florida.
Does what?
Surprise. Dog grooming.
What is that?
It's like when your dog is dirty or shaggy. It's like a hairstylist for dogs.
Trimming.
Yeah.
Trimming?
Groom. But it's the same.
So is your father in Florida too?
Yeah.
What's he do?
Home Depot.
Really? Yeah. So what's going on in Sioux Falls now? What do you think's going on? You still got a house there?
Yeah, the house we grew up in, my sister lives in it. Sioux Falls is covered in a mad amount of snow, and it has been all month. And it's been crazy cold all month too.
What does she do?
My sister, she's a teacher and a mom.
It's so cold up there.
No, yeah, they dipped down to Florida actually. She's visiting my parents in Florida. She has been for the whole month. Because it's so gnarly up there. And everybody's crabby. Everybody gets crabby in the cold. And that's why my mom moved to Florida. It was just like one super cold winter. She's like laters.
Is she in Tampa? What's her-
Good guess, I think. She's in West Palm Beach area.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice area to be in.
I think Florida is a lot the same. Inland Florida sounds like it's different, but
I used to live when I first lived in Miami a long time ago. I was performing, but we took a break from touring, so I went to Key West and did all those touristy things. And then I stayed in Miami a couple of months. And I was living in a nice part of Miami, like Coconut Grove. I don't know if you know where that is. But I would wake up and there was this bug there. This huge bug. I go, what? Bugs in Florida are bigger than any other bug in America. They're just big. You just wake up and you're like, what the hell is that?
interesting. I haven't seen any. They've been spraying like religiously for years in my parents' neighborhood. I think that
What
cut
have
down
they
on the
been
big bugs.
spraying? They used to spray malathion here, and I had a friend. I wouldn't go out when they were spraying malathion.
Spring what?
Malathion.
Oh yeah.
It's a pesticide that kills the stuff that kills oranges.
Yeah.
So I had a friend. She said they were
Amazing,
spraying.
amazing,
Yeah, malathion. Scary stuff like paraquat. Same thing, you know. When they were crazy about the marijuana people taking over, they would spray all the marijuana to give them new diseases. A thing called paraquat. Terrible stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. So don't go out when you're spraying anything
Yeah,
because it hangs in the air.
but they don't say. Okay, my parents were kind of complaining about this last time I visited, which was like a couple weeks ago. They don't warn when they're gonna spray.
See, in California,
That's not okay. Like,
see, in California, they tell you. It'll be on the news. They'll be spraying parts of the valley tomorrow at between 10 and 12 or whatever. Something like that. And they do it under the auspices. They're protecting the fruits, the lemons, the oranges, and the food supply from pesky parasites. And the stuff they use is just, it's like what the Nazis invented. Malathion. It's called malathion. It's gnarly. It's
that's
just,
silly.
so this one guy who used to be the lieutenant governor many years ago, he went on TV and said, I'm going to drink this malathion to show you how safe it is. You should not worry about this malathion. Well, he drank the whole thing, right? Yeah. It's going to be safe. Within a year and a half, 2 years, deader than doornails. From guess what? Cancer. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So as a Californian who's been here a long time, I just want to give you my environmental rap, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, if they tell you they're spraying something in the air, stay inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And you're too sensitive for all this. You're full of beans. You're not going to get cancer from this. No. And I see, look at the lieutenant governor. He went on TV to show you how safe it was. He died a couple of years later. It's under Jerry Brown. The first time Jerry Brown was governor. And Jerry Brown stopped spraying for a while. They haven't sprayed here in this area in a long time. They usually spray.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
They usually spray in the spring and in the winter. You know, because the crops, they want to. So what are we going to do with you? I'm worried about you now. You're in the big city now. I'm worried about you.
You're injecting worry into a situation that's like beyond safe.
Oh, I'm just kidding. But Cleveland is cold. Yeah. Well, in California, everybody gets into their big jackets. It's such a funny thing because when it gets cold in California, all of a sudden everybody's, like they're thinking it's 20 degrees or 10.
Yeah, but it's cold. It's cold as cold. Cold is just when my body is like, not used to what it, like, shocked by that temperature change.
Well, do you go to the beach? Are you a beach person?
Mm-hmm.
To surf? You just go to the beach, okay?
I swim. I play in the waves.
Where I live in Santa Barbara, the beach is right here. You can hop out and just walk to the beach.
You know, I live at the beaches and all over Florida.
Well, beach living is a whole different deal, you know. You better have a feel for the water and all that, because the beach can be really crazy. And once you're at the house at the beach, everybody becomes your best friend.
The beach is actually, okay, so chill. Like, even one thing I noticed is if I go, like, people who work next to the ocean are more chill.
What?
More chill. More like, whatever, brah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something grounding about it.
Well, I don't go in the Pacific Ocean up around there anymore because there's been huge oil spills. And I just don't want to take that chance. You know?
I move from the beach to the desert. Florida's a
From the
lot.
beach to the desert.
Florida, Florida, to Las Vegas.
From the
Impressive.
ocean to the desert.
The beach. To me, the desert was a jungle.
Interesting.
Well, the desert once was the beach. I said to my daughter, I took my daughter across that.
I hated Las Vegas.
Amazing.
I hated Las Vegas.
It was
good
not
if you're-
artistic.
It's good if you're working.
Even though it was a jungle, it wasn't like,
The thing that occurred to me about Las Vegas was there was actually nothing there. It's a place where they have nightclubs and these hotels, and that's it. But there was nothing artistic. There's nothing natural about Las Vegas.
right.
It's all artificial.
I bet there is right now since there's been so much rain. I wonder what's like popping up around there.
A lot of snow up there today. I saw people playing with snowballs in Vegas.
And there was, I don't know how to find it now, but there was information about these two men, the two guys, that first went to Las Vegas and started a business there, which led to what became the Las Vegas we know today.
The gangsters,
Okay.
Bugsy Siegel.
Was it Boston? But there was nothing in Vegas but the desert.
They were just like,
just
boom.
sand. It was just sand, nothing.
Now we
These two
have, we
guys
can,
went there, started a business, and Las Vegas became what it is today.
wow. So it's actually just an island.
Bugsy Siegel built Las Vegas. And all those guys, I mean, all those old gangsters brought the Chicago money in and this and that. But you never know they're gangsters because everything is wonderful. Welcome to Vegas. With Don Rickles, Mr. Las Vegas. But when I was up there, that whole thing is gone now. Pretty much so. There's no gangsters really in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, none of that.
Not anymore. It's like Disneyland up there. They can't have any wise guys.
It's that being a gangster it's okay to be a gangster legally, you know. You don't have to be undercover gangster.
Yeah, yeah. What's weird is when you
It's
see
still
people
the mentality.
yeah, it's a terrible consciousness to get into. That's Jimmy Stewart, I know that. Did you see that? Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, that's
Oh no. Anthony Quinn. It's a film
leather
about the
jacket.
Spanish Civil War that Ernest Hemingway wrote. They're all revolutionaries and they're fighting Franco, the fascist.
I
It's a
remember.
great film.
I remember standing next to him
It's a great
in a
costume.
swimming pool or something.
Anthony Quinn, really nice man.
And I remember standing next to Marlon Brando in front of a store in New York. And he says to me, "Can you believe these prices?"
Yay!
Marlon was a sweetheart.
Marlon Brando.
He was a really nice guy.
That's adorable.
These prices?
Anthony Quinn's son drowned in my friend's pool up in Las Vegas. That's how I met him.
Did Marlon Brando die?
He's dead, yeah. I woke
I
up.
can't believe he's like lives on river in my mind.
Absolutely. That's how living is. It's straight up just like real estate in people's memories.
Anthony Quinn had this huge home. W.C. Fields was still in the 30s. And then Anthony Quinn bought it when he had some money. It was a huge, beautiful Spanish mansion. A friend of mine bought it. And she says, listen, will you help me oversee some of the stuff that's going on? I said, sure. She says, well, you're going to have to live there. I said, oh, great. And there was a beautiful old Spanish mansion that she was overhauling. But one of the things was the pool. And she said, you might need Anthony Quinn. He has his own key to the gate. Because the place was locked up like Fort Knox. So I woke up one morning and I getting stuff out of my eyes. And I looked down at the pool, and there's a guy standing there. And I didn't know it was Anthony Quinn. So I walked down, and then I realized, it's high, how are you? He was a sweetheart. But his son had drowned in the pool. And so he would come almost, yearly on the day that the son passed away, and he would just walk around the pool and say prayers to his son or whatever. It was private stuff. And I didn't want to go there, but I knew about it. But he didn't want anything.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be near the pool when his son passed away.
That person?
There he is.
Now, maybe this is... So if you become a drug addict, if you become an addiction to Turner Classics, because they show all the great movies that were ever nominated for Oscars during this period of time. So where you're staying is Turner Classics. Huh? You could just end up, an addiction. Because they show all the great movies.
She didn't have a nose as big as yours.
She what?
She didn't have a nose as big as yours.
Nice nose too. I like your hands too.
She even said she's like, if anyone wants to come, just like get them quick. Yeah, she's right. Well, they've been on sale since December. Or like beginning of January, yeah.
Sweet dreams.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you.
On the day of her birthday, on the night of her birthday, she's doing that on comedy.
See you both another time, right?
Yeah.
I hope so too. Adios.